Hello, guys. Welcome to today's episode of Unfiltered Bunch Podcast. My name is Dossie, and I am your host for today. I am here with Davina, Ejafo, and Deborah. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
If you give me Coke, I'm not happy.
You already that. Which Coke do you want? Okay.
I'm going to. I'm not doing it. I won't do it. Bye bye.
I just wanted you to feel comfortable, but you don't need to request for Coke.
Okay, I won't Fanta.
This place is not a show.
Why?
Please take it out of the video. So today's topic is checking of genotype important in a relationship? Is checking of genotype important in a relationship?
Okay.
First of all, I want to ask the one who wanted to go home because of Coke. Don't you know Coke can change your genotype?
Hey.
It's not scientifically proven, but I'm yet to do my findings. When it's out, I'll show it to you.
My friend, he said drugs too can change you. I don't know if it's true.
I mean, I'm talking about Coke. I don't know about that.
Which of the Cokes are you talking about?
Coca-Cola.
Are you sure?
So, yes. Joe, are you in a relationship?
Yes, please.
Do you know the genotype of your partner?
I don't even know my own genotype to know the genotype of my partner. I beg you.
Why? How old is your partner? Is she 19 years? Because
You're not targeting 90 years old.
oh no, it's just funny. Because why are you saying you don't know? Then
I haven't
you
checked.
are not-
I haven't checked yet.
Why you didn't do
I
medicals
haven't
in
checked yet.
school?
What?
You have
Medicals when you were going
The
level
only
100.
medical I know is a musician. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no wonder.
Wow.
No wonder.
And you don't know the genotype of your partner?
No, I don't know mine. I haven't checked it. I want anytime I go to the hospital, I want to check, but then I forget.
So
But
what?
funny how your uncle works at the hospital and you've not made up your mind to go and
Yeah, I
check.
can't tell you if my uncle do work for.
Yes, I know you.
So Jojo,
Yes, please.
are you in a
Yes,
relationship?
please.
Do you know the genotype
No,
of your
please.
partner? Why?
I haven't checked mine myself.
Why? Are you not planning to marry your partner?
Oh, I have. I mean, it's a future something.
And so you need to check
So I'll check.
now.
I personally will
Because
check.
is it a short-term relationship or a long-term
Me, I don't
relationship?
do. If I'm in a relationship, I don't do short term. I'm looking at long term.
Hey, guys, come out and it's a fraud
If it
relationship.
doesn't get,
What kind of relationship
I'm always
is that?
looking at the long term. Me, anything I do in life, I always look at long term. I don't look at.
So why don't you know about your genotype and her
I
genotype?
haven't checked mine.
So what
if
if
you are looking if your relationship is you are focused on long-term based relationship, then by now you have to check your
exactly?
Yes, I know, but
Because
the
what
thing
if you check and you find out that you guys are not compatible?
So let me tell you. The thing is, it's always in my mind. But anytime I go to the hospital, I forget about it.
Because
No,
your
but
waist is
the time-
important than your mind.
Okay,
It's only your waist that you're
I don't-
enjoying your waist.
Oh no!
But funny how his uncle is the doctor and this boy goes to his hospital all the time.
I
you don't check.
Since I'm a
You.
very strong virgin.
Don't you know that even Mary's genotype was tested
If you
by the
like-
Holy Spirit
yes.
before she was impregnated
That
by
is-
the
that
Holy
is
Spirit?
my-
Do you know that they didn't discover her genotype and then they just made her deliver? What if she delivered SS child?
The
Yeah.
Holy Spirit.
No, it's true.
If we are going into biblical terms, the Holy Spirit will
Knows.
someone and let the person have an SS. No.
No, then when we conceive it.
What Jesus was already an existing being in heaven, and then he had to come to
Which-
earth, but he can't just come to earth.
Exactly, he can't just come
That's
through
why-
anybody.
Yeah, through
That's why they chose Mary because probably she was AA genotype.
Not AA. She was pure. She hadn't been touched before.
Remember that you have the genotype means you've been
They can change it.
doesn't mean you are a virgin or not a virgin.
The Holy Spirit can touch her and change it.
They would have changed and given it to another person.
Maybe Mary Magdalene.
It's because she was her genotype was
So
correct
I can't say
for
the
the
people that are
process.
SS, no, they are not correct.
I know.
Oh, we are not having
That's why we are asking you to check. Because I'm asking you if you have checked your
last time I
partner.
wanted to go and
Because
check.
if you haven't checked and then you end up getting married to her and you go and give birth to SS child, it's not Jesus' fault. It's not God's fault.
So go ahead.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But another thing is, last time I went to check, I checked my blood group, and then I asked them about genotype test. They were like, we'll take a time. We need to challenge that.
It doesn't take like within a week you can get it. The result.
Me within a week. That time I was working. I was doing my service. My boss.
So you were not
my boss. Sorry for another day. If I had left the workplace during lunch to the hospital to go and check. So if I had decided to stay and check, problem.
Okay, so you didn't have any other day apart from
Saturdays and Sundays.
I don't go out on Saturdays and Sundays.
Davina,
It's the Lord that has got me here.
you, Davina, are you in a relationship?
No, please.
But she has a man.
Yes.
You're not in a relationship, but you have a man.
Yes.
Hey,
And she buys
ironic.
boxer shorts.
have you checked your genotype?
Oh yeah.
So you know your genotype.
Yeah, I know my genotype.
So if you want to get into a relationship, would you want to know the genotype of your partner before you start
It's very important.
a relationship? Deborah, are you in a relationship?
Nope. No.
But you know your genotype.
No, I haven't even checked it. But
Hey.
yeah. If you're about to get into the relationship, when you're talking
When you're
to
about to start,
yeah, then we'll check it.
I even have. I think I wanted to ask: is it important for you to ask on your first date about the person you are meeting's genotype? Like, does it do anything to your first date?
First day, the genotype found.
Oh no, you are getting to know about the person.
Yeah,
So
but just
Yeah,
the
I feel
first
like
day.
first date questions is not a ground to go into very
Very deep. Yeah.
genotype is not a very deep.
It's
stuff.
very deep because
Or you can
very
put it in a jovial way.
Yes,
Like, it can be
exactly,
having
because you want to know before you start.
you can make it in a joke.
so that means the first time you saw the person, you've already had future plans
So
for
you,
the
yeah,
person.
don't you know you start anything.
before you get the first date.
Yes.
I get you, but there are some people after that moment they wouldn't want to talk about things like that.
Why?
First date.
Okay,
First
first day.
date. You can't ask me about my genotype
yeah,
or my
yeah.
face. Maybe it will turn the person off or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
To be honest.
No, you say it in a different way. You're not going to say, you'll be talking, oh, what do? You want to know where I work, but me asking your genotype is a
There
problem.
are some people
Where I work is not a problem.
There's no-
Well, that one is also
Now, oh, yeah,
private.
drag it out.
Because you want to know how much I'm earning, but me too, I'm checking what kind of blood runs through your body is a
Oh
problem.
no, but the question is, you need to actually ask where the person is, because the person is a drug dealer. You be your husband and you come and
So me too, what if you are SS?
So you are getting into the thing. First date, no. Second date, no. Maybe the third date,
Yeah.
then you can. By that time,
But who says
you-
Ghana?
But what if you already have this deep feeling for the person?
Oh, no, it's not even that.
Hey, yes. Some people are
Question,
doing
who
this.
says Ghanaians do first, second, third?
Yeah. Oh, they know first they pack.
Boy, do it unless Valentine or anniversary.
So there are some people who are real lovers. Hashtag real lovers. And moi. Me.
So you went on a first and second and third date, and you couldn't even ask her for once. For once, what kind of relationship is
I
that?
knew I hadn't checked mine, so I didn't want to go and ask. Later, they kind of, what about you? I'll be like, I don't know. So
Yeah.
the time I'll ask is when I go and check mine. So when I'm
Okay.
done checking mine, then I'll actually ask.
The way I'm going to go with her, maybe she hasn't.
Yeah.
I'd say maybe she hasn't checked it.
Yeah,
Then maybe
no problem.
you pay,
Yeah, I
pay
don't
for
have- I don't
her.
have a pay.
Then you pay.
I will not pay. Don't worry.
So what if you ask her now, right? And then you guys are not compatible. Do you think it will affect your relationship?
It can't. Yes. So I was reading something before I started the show. There are so many factors why to check, but some people overlook that.
Yeah.
They actually overlook, because there are cases when it comes to this genotype stuff where there's a 90% chance or 1 in a million or 1 in 100 chance that the person will not give it to a second or child. I'm not going to say that you are going to be the lucky one. I'll not give you hope, but it might be you, might not be you. But it's better not to
Maybe
take.
who? I say it might be you.
Oh, no.
I mean, I said that
But
one thing.
it's better not to take. It's better not to take that risk at all. Be on the safer side. But some people do actually overlook some. You know, there are some people who don't give it right. They just want to live their life so
They grow.
they
Yeah.
grow and die.
Yeah.
There are some people who are open to adoption. And now modern Ghana, there are some people who are open to artificial insemination, where
Are you a doctor?
I intern in the hospital. Allow me.
That one,
You
that's
check your genotype.
where department were you working? Like
Right.
mortuary or?
But I work everywhere. Let me not cheat, because I like knowing things. So I like
So you
knowing around.
did some at the mortuary.
Oh,
side too.
we didn't have a much in the house.
Which hospital is that?
They have hospitals that don't have motion.
Which hospital?
I can't mention it on camera. Sorry.
And so you were not working at the moment because in there it is just papers and folders that you are sharing around.
I don't
You
know
went to
what
ask
was
about genotype. You were able to ask about all of these things, but you cannot ask your partner. Or you cannot even go with her to check.
I'll go and check.
Maybe
What's a
check yours.
relationship?
I was saying
And then you're
something
saying real. I will cut you off because I will not hear what you have to
say. What I'm
say.
saying.
Because that is not, you are not a
As I was saying.
intern doctor.
Yes, intern doctor. Thank you.
I will not listen.
So as I was saying, there are some people who are open to surrogacy. There are some people who are open to artificial insemination. There are some people who don't want to keep it at all. They want to live life to they die. There are some people who don't want to have children of their own, but they are open to taking care of a sibling's kid or a friend's kid, being a godparent, that kind of thing. So it all comes down to you and your partner, what you are looking at. So we are talking about open communication, right? You and your partner actually sitting down to analyze, do we want kids? Do we want to do this? Do we want to do that? So if it's okay for you and you feel like you are not compatible, but you know that actually your incompatibility will not cause anything, just get married and live your life. You can adopt, you can do surrogacy, you can do artificial insemination. There are so many ways to get a baby now without using your sperm.
Okay, doctor, we've heard you with all of the counseling and everything. We hope you the next time you go to the hospital, you go and check
I will, don't worry.
and your girlfriend.
I'll check my blood.
Davina, do you know your genotype?
Yes.
You said you do.
Yes.
Have you ever thought about the importance of genotype in a relationship?
Yes. Very important.
Like, it's something you ask someone before you get into a relationship with a person, or even if you're in a relationship with a person, do you think you are going to be willing to be transparent about that? So what if you find out that you guys are incompatible but you're already together? How are you going to handle it?
How I'm going to handle it? I'll just break off the relationship.
Hey, you just broke up like that.
Not
You were not in the first.
I like the person, even though it's hard, but I don't want to be an evil person. Because bringing in a sickler, like, do you know they go through a lot of things?
Yeah.
Because I have a classmate, excuse me to say, she passed away, and it was so painful because she went through a lot, and I was feeling for her. Yeah, I was hurt, even though I used to fight with her, but I was hurt. It's sad.
Okay.
Yeah, I have one, my brother as well. Yeah, I understand how they feel.
It's sad. So I don't want to be this evil parent that I'll bring a kid into the world all because of like love. First of all, think about the child too, because the pain they go through, that's not the pain you'll be going through. It's very painful. Mostly when the weather is cold, their bones, everything, and it's not easy. They struggle a lot to even interact with people, and especially Ghanaians could definitely, maybe she wants to go to this boarding house school or something, and you are going to leave this child there, and you know how bully like
most of them can't. Most of them end up in the
my friend was in this thing, a boarding school, because she wanted to experience how it is, and you can't say you stop them.
You can't. You have to.
Yeah, but as ordination,
but still,
the child's life
is important,
and it's costly.
No, but
you know it's costly.
At the end, she was. I think she knew that she didn't really have enough time, so she wanted to have some experiences to go with. Probably that is why.
And it's also
for mine, the person is still alive and kicking.
Oh, then that thank God.
Yeah,
because it's also costly taking care of them.
Oh yeah, until
their medications and.
Yes.
And if you get simple malaria, you just need a malaria drug. They get malaria, so
a lot of medicines, scanning, tests,
like it's everything. So different.
No, but I thought SS they don't get malaria.
They don't get malaria.
Yes,
they do. Like anything we can.
I thought they don't.
It's mostly AAA.
No, somebody can check for us. Anybody with a phone can check for us.
SS they don't get. I think most is really related to the blood group. It's the blood.
Yeah, because I don't want intern doctor to come and mislead us on the platform.
I'm not a doctor.
Intern doctor. By the way, I'm compatible with every distance. I'm AA.
You are selling yourself like that. Hey,
I'm not selling myself.
We are sorry.
What about your blood group?
I'm O positive.
Why are you asking about her blood group? You want to know people?
We are
you go and ask your partner about hers.
I know my blood group.
Have you seen it? Okay, so as you are checking, Deborah.
Yeah.
Do you know your genotype?
Nope, as I said, I don't. I haven't checked.
Have you ever thought about the importance of it in a relationship? Okay, she's back.
Yes, they can.
They can
get malaria.
malaria.
Yeah, because I feel like malaria is mostly related to your blood group because
Oh, okay.
A blood groups attract mosquitoes a lot.
Hey, I tried saying. Wait, I don't understand. How do they attract
Not
mosquitoes? So as they are walking, the mosquito senses A plus blood is moving, then they go.
Mosquito will be like,
What?
oh my
What
God.
is in the blood that will attract them?
God.
Is it
you smell it.
Ah,
It's a group. It's not. It's not. Let's go, guys.
do they attract the blood?
Baby, I don't want you with you.
Have you thought of the importance of genotype?
Yeah,
Checking your
I've
genotype.
thought of it. Yeah, I have.
So
Even though I
it's
haven't checked
something-
mine.
So what if you check and then you find out you and your partner are not compatible? How are you going to handle
I said, but we'll break up the relationship. Yeah. No, like as Davina said, we will take some time to like talk about the issue and we'll break it off the relationship. Yeah, we'll break off.
You people and break off. It's not easy to
Yes,
do.
I'm saying.
You make people bad. The way people are saying they break off, I'm suspecting that then you are not in it.
No, nah.
So are you willing to stay in a relationship with someone?
Because me, I like to
Sometimes you want to try something and see, because it's not all of your kids that will turn out SS. Some will turn out
a career.
AS, and then you will get AA and you get SS. Maybe if I give birth to 3, only one.
Only
Maybe
one,
two
but
are
you
my
don't
own.
know.
But still, let's say, so it means you give birth to like 3 kids. 3 kids, and do you know even their careers to also go through like something, definitely, because some of them end up getting that sickness called romanticism or whatever. Some like
Romanticism.
most of them they end up getting that, and those ones they're expensive with their medication
Even that-
plus one child who is a sickler.
Yeah.
Imagine and school fees.
And school fee, yeah, everything. So unless maybe I'm rich, or
How many kids do you want?
me,
Yeah, how many kids do you want to give us?
like I don't know, 3.
3. How many kids do you want to give us?
Hey, maybe one.
One.
Why?
How many
What
kids?
if one
Something happened.
no?
Yeah, man.
Come back or
I'll go.
What if
I'm scared of. I really want to enjoy my life.
before you go
I'm scared
again?
of pushing. I know.
Everybody's scared of pushing. That's why there are other alternatives.
Okay, maybe 1, 2. That's the
Hey,
limit.
maybe one.
2. One project
Yeah,
happy,
3 or
and then
3.
one the
Yes, 3
project
maximum.
Barbie. If he wakes up now, as soon as he comes out, I'll put a football on his leg. He start kicking the ball from childbirth.
Okay, so Jojo, since you are the one in love, do you believe love alone is enough if there are potential genetic risks in having children?
That's why, you see, you're asking me this question, I made a submission where I said it comes down to communication.
No, this one I'm not talking about communication. I'm talking about love.
Love.
Oh, no.
Yes,
I
I'm
don't
talking
feel like
about
the person
communication.
communicate.
No, I'm not. So, like, do you think love alone is enough?
Some people who actually let the love lead them and they overlook whatever, whether it's genetics or genotype, DNA, or whatever. Some people actually they say love is blind. Some people will let the love just
Blindfold
them.
them.
chaos in their eyes, just blindfold them and then they go ahead. Why do you think the people who, sorry to say, who give birth to kids with SS went ahead to give birth to the kids with SS? Most of them was because of the love. They couldn't just break it. They didn't have the willpower or the strength to just break it off.
No, but you know, in those days, they were not really checking
Educated.
genotype.
Yeah.
I guess
They are not educated on
now
these things.
where systems are in place. There are some people who will actually overlook it. They will let the love lead them to.
And
people are
love is
evil.
And then there are
blind.
some people too.
God is love.
I don't want to say over religious people, but I have to involve them too. There are some over religious people who actually say,
You can change it.
yeah. So Namibia is their hope.
God
And then
can
they take
change the
their hope.
genotype and
Yes.
blood.
And then they'll take that hope, enter into it.
What God cannot do does not exist.
No, but that's
So we
why
don't
God
need-
gave people like doctors. He gave like people with brains, mind, like sharp. that they should be doctors and advise you on. Even the
Educate people.
pastors advise you against it. Your own pastor knows that it's not good, but you
But
are still
when love
believing
is
that
strong,
maybe-
it is
You know
strong.
what? Do you know love? Hey, or don't show it.
When love
No,
is strong.
yeah, love is strong, but that's why I say those people, they are evil. Like sometimes you have to,
Hey, someone in love is evil.
not evil, like you thinking about it like, oh, because you're in love, let's follow this love. At the end of the day, the lady will get pregnant, give birth, and the child is like,
Maybe
It's
they want to
very
go to
messy.
2, then none of them becomes SS.
They don't
It's
want
not
to
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
it's not possible.
it's
It's not 90%
Yeah, it's not
possible.
possible, but the 1% is possible.
Because
But
you.
it can't be
depends.
the person.
But it still costs the career.
And the crazy thing is, the 1%, the chance of the child getting an SS is higher. It's like it's way higher than you getting a child
AS.
who is not a sickler.
Oh, so maybe
Yeah.
out of 5, I know some people out of like a family of 5 or kids of 5, only one is SS.
But the rest can be AS. Some of them don't
Yes.
find it now, like they don't find them fault and this thing, unless maybe they start growing up like 80, 90. That's when some people start noticing, or sometimes some of them start experiencing some things, like mostly during birth, like when the woman grows up and she's pregnant. That's when there'll be like complication, there'll be like a whole lot.
But-
and some people end up getting miscarriage through that. Do you know that?
But
Like,
do you know that now there's a cure for SS?
like
sickle cell?
costing.
Really?
Yes.
How many
Yes.
Ghanaians
afford.
can't even afford basic healthcare? For the
I know,
average
right?
Ghanaian to go and afford a remedy or
Mutation. They call is it mutation
medication
or
for
something?
sickle cell. You can't. You see, you have to look at where you are. So you are in a third world country. Here, basic healthcare is very difficult to get. Someone would say in a country like Ghana, you are one sickness away from going from a rich man to totally broke.
Yeah.
Or there's just one thing. Last time I was reading, they said the middle class doesn't even exist now because it just takes one sickness or one situation and you're poor.
Yeah, it will
So you are
drain you.
living in a country like Ghana. You are living in a third world country. Your health systems are not really strong. Your health sectors are weak. Your hospitals are not. Your
Having-
research centers are
Zero.
Zero,
and
no
you are going
medical this
Tell
thing.
me, so for your sickle cell solution, I'll rather feel like if you're outside the country, in a first world country, fine, you can opt for it.
Or maybe you are really, really rich, like
or you are
this
extra
thing.
rich, you are in Ghana,
Yeah, rich.
and you are
Really
rich.
Yeah,
I'm not
because me,
talking,
I will be extra
I'm not
rich
talking
enough
like
to do that.
rich as in what was here be kind of rich. I'm talking about you are actually very rich.
I'll be
You
extra
are
rich
able
to
do that.
do that.
You get that kind of thing.
Yes, I'll be extra
Yes.
rich.
So you should look at where
But
you are and where you are from. Ghana, there are so many medications that have come out that can cure certain sicknesses, but we can't afford them. That's the truth. You can't afford it. So in
you
order
can
to prevent
mortgage your house.
that at all, just be on the safer side and do what will suit you and your partner and your finances. You always have to look at your finances and then you look at your partner too. If you feel like you can take care of a sickle cell child, so if you feel like you can take care of a sickle cell child, fine, it's your pocket. You know you can do it, you know your potential. But if you know
No, I want if I can, and I want
No,
to
but
do
think
it.
about like the child, you know, most of them too also go through like depression.
No, I
because they
can-
feel
I can take
why
the
is
child-
this child
I can
able
take
to
the
do
child
this and
out
I
for
can't do
cure,
this?
to be cured.
No, even with the cure still, the child goes through pain because there are a lot of things they insert into the child.
It's
And
really
imagine you
different
being
transplant.
tube feed, like they'll put you into your nostrils
But
to
laugh at
feed
you,
you,
fine.
like. You can find, but still there are limitations. You can't be. No, you still have limitations too. If you watch one lady, I know she was a sickle cell patient, and she went through that treatment you are talking about. She still had a limitation to something. She wasn't perfect like a
but no
normal
one is
AA.
perfect.
Yeah, no one is
You have-
perfect,
you have
but
limitations.
still, yeah. But still, that she was still going through pain because she has to be changing her bone marrow, like for I think is it every 1 year or something.
So every 1 year, she has to change her bone.
Yeah, so they have to
transplant.
change. Yeah, they
I mean, I
have to
thought
change
that once
other
they are
things.
done with the transplant,
No,
they'll be giving you medication.
there's medication and you have to be rechanging because definitely still now your body will still produce the same result you are having. Like your
Then what
same.
is the use? Then
So that's why you have to be changing. It takes time. So you'll be healthy, like
Yeah,
normal.
comes down to me.
Still, the money is in.
You need money.
Money like.
And so what if me, I have the money to do all of that?
But think about it. My concern is you can have all the money in the world, but I'll say that think about the child.
Yeah,
Means
yeah.
the
So
child
the
I'm
pain that the
concerned.
child will
The pain.
You are
So
not going through the
imagine.
pain, so you won't see it, but the pain the child will go through.
Okay, so Davina, if it's a short-term relationship, do you think it is really, really important for you to even find out about your partner's genotype?
Yes.
Even if it's a short-term relationship.
So that you educate. Maybe what if the person you're with doesn't like know much things about this
Yes,
thing?
then the person can go and read it.
Yeah, you can go and read, but at least you give the person insight.
Besides, yeah.
If you are doing all of that in short term, then your long term, what will you be doing? Then your long term relationship, you are reading constitution for the person.
Everything. If it's short, you are reading constitution for the person.
Fuck the house, please. Hey,
Short term, they say you guys are just together to have fun. So it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter if you know the genotype or not. So that one, whatever happens, happens. But if I now have to come and
I just tell you that go out there and like
then it means that
do
it's
this
not
thing.
short
I'm
term.
not really fully educating you, but I just tell you that this thing, go out there and be with the person you can be
Jojo,
with.
if your relationship, I'm not saying your relationship is short term,
no, I get to ask.
but if your relationship, if it is a short term relationship, do you think it's important
no,
to
if you don't see a future with the person, there are certain things you shouldn't be put into your mind. Just have your fun and go. Because you are not looking at anything
so,
serious.
just have your fun and go. So what if through the process of having your fun, then
A
she
baby
go and carry
come.
belly?
You go and carry belly.
Yes.
Johnny give me belly.
What do you do about it?
My friend B said so long as there's E. That even need to say this one. Maria E. What's the name of the hospital? The fertility clinic. Maria's Subso said Maria's Subso.
I don't know.
No.
Hey, I'm going to put us in trouble over here.
It's a
What did they
fertility
do?
clinic.
What do
I
they
heard
do?
it's a fertility clinic.
The fertility clinic.
Hey,
What
did they
do
do?
fertility clinics do?
Get pregnant.
Yes.
So they can help you not to get pregnant too.
Something.
Jojo
So
expert.
that's what you do.
So that's why you do the internship. And you have to lie to us. That's why you said they don't have much because when they finish
no.
and then whatever happens, they leave you.
It comes down to reading why. There are certain things you really want.
Have you been there?
No.
So how did you know all this?
How did I know
Where did you read? Will you find them on Google?
But
What's the name of the?
Marie Stoops, check. You
Marie
find-
Stoops.
It's not funny that
Are they legal?
they are legal. They are legal.
So if you
Okay,
find
I
out
think
that
I found
your
them.
partner is pregnant and then you find out the two of you are not compatible, you take it there to
baby.
Or they have this thing. They have branches.
recommending.
My friend said, I
Your
don't
friend said then you had it. So
hell no.
the fact that even he said to date, I don't know where your friend said it. Maybe he said it in 2018 or in
It was just
2025.
last year.
Or they have branches to a lot.
It's
At
legal,
Kiama,
and you
Kima,
know.
like
So
you know
so
they.
if your partner, you find out your partner is pregnant and you guys are not compatible, you take your partner there, dude. I'm telling
What
her,
if
please
your partner
prepare
is not in like this thing? Doesn't
to
agree to
prepare
the
a womb in
abortion.
advance.
I'm not going to force you to remove anything. No, you give birth. If you want to give birth, you give birth.
But on another
You
platform.
take,
But who-
I'm not those kind that if you and I went to do the thing and you are pregnant and you guys like it in
Hey, Jojo.
I know, it's not about. No, it's not about. It's
You have talked about
He's being all responsible. Real case scenario. That's
I don't. To be honest, what other people see as, see what other people see as not. Why would you go and impregnate someone and deny the pregnancy? It doesn't make sense.
you're not denying the pregnancy. This is a situation here, right? The thing is, you got pregnant. Like she got pregnant without knowing her genotype and knowing yours, and now they tell you guys that you are not compatible, and she's pregnant. So what is the other option? To
She should give birth.
kill the
No,
baby,
she should give birth.
to death the
My
baby.
religious you don't look at that, so she should actually give birth.
Hey.
What if you give birth and the baby is supposed to become a president? Eh?
First president.
Yeah.
Is
Or the
it-
baby is supposed to become a lawyer.
Oh, and
The baby is the redeemer of Ghana. Eh? The baby is the redeemer of Ghana.
Oh,
How do you know?
Hey, Deborah, if it's a short-term relationship, do you think it's really important for you to act?
yeah, it is. As you said, in case maybe there's some
Mm.
bellet somewhere, and they will see how to.
But why would you also be having premarital sex?
No, 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 no.
It's a relationship.
No.
Then you are already doing
protecting
things.
sex, but maybe one time Italy, something will happen then.
Even if something happens, if you're not in a situation, you are always supposed to not make sure that you have to make sure that
Sex, no sex before marriage.
No sex before marriage.
Yes.
How can we say if I'm virgin? So I don't know.
No, if it's a short-term relationship, you still for me, I feel like you still need to find out about it as well, because it's just right to know before you get into JoJo's situation where you have to carry marriage stocks or marriage stoops or whatever to go and remove, or to go and remove in the process.
Oh no, I don't. I'm
Like,
just
You committed murder.
Because my family,
you killed
my family,
baby plus killed AS
my
man.
family.
You are more than Kinago. You killed it.
My family is not that kind of family where they reject.
You off
They
everything.
reject you because you've given, you've gotten somebody pregnant. So
If
they don't reject you because
I want to even come to the family part, right? Where if you are going to get married, let's say you have prepared everything to get married, and then later you don't ask in your relationship, since you have made up a mind not to ask in your relationship. I don't know what kind of relationship it is, whether it's long term or short term. I'm not attacking your relationship, and then you forget to ask, just like you always forget to test or check. Then you guys are about to get married, and your families find out that, oh, you people are not compatible, so we think you people shouldn't be together, and you will say, hey, you go against all odds to say that you are going to be. Are you going to listen to your
Like
family?
you guys have planned the wedding and everything.
Will you listen to your family?
I think as for that moment, maybe you found
proceed.
out at that moment. Maybe you can halt, sit down, speak to your partner, look at the long term thing. If you guys feel like no, you still want to have kids, it's difficult.
But it's long term. That's why you're going to
No,
marry.
you don't get like acting like
It is instantly into man
after party.
Italian.
So you can do after
The
party.
box of panties that you buy,
The suitcases, the
and the makeup things to
Halt.
hold all of
the
that.
brass.
The suitcase,
Now you found out maybe
the ring.
a week before the marriage that you are not compatible. You halt the marriage. You sit down. Communication. You speak. If you feel like kind of far, break it off. The things you can sell them. I had them inside and tongue.
No, the inside, the inside normally they don't buy the snap to you. Will you
The
drink?
snap, will you drink?
Sell your tongue.
To who?
Your tongue.
All the panties and everything.
No.
The sexy.
You can just
this thing.
Hey,
Aww.
generous man.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
It's just the mouth.
Your
See the way we hold her neck.
But then again, actually say I've not been there before, so
Exactly.
I can't tell.
When you are there, that's when you like, hey,
And two other.
let us do it.
And two other.
Eh.
So I think
So let's say
I'll not talk.
And then let's say maybe your church pastor comes to say, Davina, your pastor comes to say, oh, don't worry, they can continue. We'll pray for them, and then they'll give birth to.
Oh, me, I'm still.
Your mind is.
My mind is nah. I'm
You not
against
do.
it.
So even if the pastor prays to change,
Even God, I know God can perform miracles,
Mm.
but there are some miracles that it
You know
can be
that's-
done because it
still
can,
God.
no, there are miracles that can be done, but definitely I feel like God is not this thing. God will definitely, He will definitely let you know if your instinct, like in everything, your mindset. You know, you're sitting there, you won't be feeling good about yourself.
about doing what?
Like, oh, maybe should we go into the marriage, this thing? Like me personally,
Some people don't have instinct to. Do you know that? Some
Yeah,
people don't
them.
have discernment. Like,
The spirit
Yeah,
of the
them.
yeah, they don't have that to be able to know that, oh, maybe what I'm going to get into is right or wrong. No.
yeah, that one.
That is when love comes in. When love sets in and the foreshadowing comes in, like everything
But
falls
I
on
won't
deaf
listen to
ears.
my pastor.
You listen to your pastor.
He can't tell me what to do. It's my day.
What God cannot do does not exist. You don't believe in it.
I believe in it, but
No, just for the well-being of
you
the
should
child
know
and
that thing has been happening
God
centuries
can
ago.
change situations around.
That thing, people have been saying it, and I've not seen the results. So
Just
I'm not going.
Just believe.
I
God can
have
change
belief.
situations around.
Yeah.
No,
So
no.
in the short run, you think it is important for you to discuss genotype in a relationship.
Yeah, it is.
Jojo.
Oh yeah, it is. I said it is. I didn't
Divina.
refuse it. It is.
Yes.
It is all of it is me. I won't discuss. Me, it's not my fault. I won't discuss because when love comes in, everything is different. So me, I won't discuss. When we are in love, we're in love. When we finish giving birth and the baby comes, we'll see what we do about it. But you don't know me. I'll give birth to 3, so it's only none.
Yes.
But
Now
hopefully I don't meet. Please, no SS boys should come and do it. I don't know my genotype though, but hopefully whoever I want to be with and mine, like, we are compatible. I pray we end up being so that we'll have very beautiful and
Bouncing
handsome
babies.
and sexy babies. Okay, so we've come to the end of today's episode. This show is sponsored by Pod City Photography and Unrich Beauty. Guys, we will see you same time next week. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's bye for now.
bye.
Bye.